All right. Well, welcome to the show. Feel free to pop into the chat. Simon and I are here, and I are here. If you're in the chat, go ahead and say something. We should be able to see it here. Who knows?
You need to send me the link for the chat as well there, Brad, so I can keep an eye on it.
Okay. Well,
we ain't done that bit yet. We're having a few difficulties here today, guys. With technology's gone all up the wall today.
Yeah, and for some reason,
just after I was saying to someone yesterday, replying to someone who asked if there was going to be a recording, and I've said, yeah as long
sure,
as
why not?
I think I've jinxed it. I think, mate.
Yeah, well, I think the two of us have been sort of watching things go up and down, and while the light on my camera is showing up, the actual video of my camera may or may not be showing up. I can't really tell based on what's currently here. So it's just, it's just kind of a mess at the moment. we'll get through it. Let me do what I can here to find. Shoot, I think oh, here we go. Let me give Simon a number or a code here, and then he can monitor some chat while we're at it, and we'll do the best we can here with what we've got. All right, you guys. So what I thought we would do is sort of walk you through a presentation, or I don't know, it's not even a presentation, but just sort of walk you through something that happened this last week for Simon. And it's interesting for me because we were sitting and doing, we've been recording content for Simon's membership. And as we're recording content, we're walking through a process of getting leads and converting those leads into sales. And well, he just sort of stumbled upon how to, sort of ethically steal leads out of Facebook groups that, they're Facebook groups that are not yours. And I just thought this would be a really good topic for all of us to kind of, chime in and figure out what to do. So, sort of what was some aha moments in there that we're going to hear about during the day-to-day, Simon, when you're doing your thing, when did it all of a sudden dawn on you, what? I think I just, stole something here that maybe doesn't belong to me.
I would say how well it worked, really, because I was kind of just doing a general posting on a group and just to help some people out, get some engagement, and I put a little thing in there which kind of give them an incentive on something free that I'd already given something free, and then there was a second free gift in the back end, and within like an hour of me posting it, I think I had like 7 people on the list, and that's what it boils down to. And you've got to find the place they hang about, which could be YouTube, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be LinkedIn. You've got to find the right audience, and mine happened to be Facebook groups.
Okay.
There seems to be a few there, and I just basically shared something for free, some information that helped people, and it went off from there, really. But a few of the groups, it's not my group, a couple of them that I shared in, but it's the target audience that wanted what I was sharing. So, they've come on straight away because it's something that helps them out.
Right.
In what they were doing,
Yeah.
So,
I get it. So what's interesting for me though is if we have, so groups are cool. There's a danger. I think you just sort of led to it, but we'll get to that in a minute. But in groups, you have this sort of community, right? And you have a way for you to be understood, to help out. And I mean, there are people that I know that they're not moderators of a group, they're not the owner of the group, but all of a sudden they're helping everyone. And you just feel comfortable because you know that they're coming in and they're there to help you out. You're all there trying to solve very similar problems, right? So
Yeah, you join these groups a lot of the time, private groups and things like that, because you've bought a product, or you've just joined because it's your thing that you're doing online. So you want to get more information.
right,
But the trick is just to help people.
right.
Be kind to people and help them out in what they're doing, which then you can legally and ethically siphon them people
Right.
to where you want them to go.
Absolutely.
Without peeing off the admin of that particular group.
Well, and I think that that's kind of where we're headed, right? Is that there is a way for you to jump in and help out without making everyone mad. And that's good. We want to be able to
Yeah,
to to
because
do to do that.
sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
it's
mate.
okay.
At the end of the day, you can't just blast your stuff, opt-in links and stuff like that, and spam the groups, And so many people do it in that way, where they'll just go in a group, post loads of crap, and then they wonder why they get banned.
Yeah.
Because you're not helping, you're not ethically giving these people something that's going to help them within and grow their business.
Right.
And that's the point where if you spam in, you will get banned from these groups. I have done it when I first started out. As you know, Brad, I've
Yeah.
done a few silly things, spamming groups and things. Not intentionally, but,
Right.
it's just, it happens sometimes because you learn something or you test something and you do it in the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where, you need to figure out what you're actually doing to get it right.
Yeah. So so besides the sort of let's get in there, let's get some help for my particular challenges. There are some other really cool things that can happen with groups. And one of the things that can happen with groups is that, and this happens for me and with me all the time, we get to really understand a market. Right? If we are, for instance, we're trying to figure out how to connect with people who are preppers, or we're trying to figure out how to connect with people who are fishermen, or trying to connect with people who are single dads trying to take care of their kids, and we have a business that can help those people. When we sit in a group, we start to hear how they talk. We start to see the problems that they have. We start to really kind of get to understand who they are. And that really helps because we're no longer trying to invent where their head is and where their heart is. We know they're actually saying it. And it can create contents for streams like this, and create content for books, and I mean a whole bunch of other stuff, because you're kind of hanging out with them.
Yeah, definitely.
It's almost like being at the water cooler and listening to all the gossip that's happening in the office, and now you know what's going on, and if you had to repeat it to somebody else, you could almost sound like you're part of the group.
Yes. And that there, Brad, right on that point now, I was just going to say, as you said it, it's being part of the group. It's taking part. It's engaging with people, talking to people, not just posting stuff. Just go in, make a post, reply to someone's question, show that you're helping people, and just do it for the fact that you're helping someone.
Right.
And then it relates, that you're a good person, you're coming across ethical, and you're engaging with people. Then you can siphon them people away from that particular group into yours or for your offers, and you've done it ethically and legally,
Yeah, well, so speaking of the ethical and legally stuff, let's talk about why groups are dangerous. I mean, there are a lot of real good benefits to groups, but there should be warning signs everywhere about what's wrong with groups. And one of the things that's wrong with groups is that the people who participate in the groups, they're participating at the leisure of whoever is moderating the group, right? They are at someone's beck and call. They have no control over membership, over allowing posts, and there's you participate and you hope that somebody doesn't kick you out. And you and I both know we've been kicked out of groups before.
Many. Makes me laugh, mate, to think like of the crap that I used to do to try and get leads from groups, mate, and just like,
Yeah.
oh, it was terrible.
Oh my goodness. Not only is it terrible, it feels at the time you're doing it, it feels like, "Oh, I should be doing this." And then after you get kicked out and after you've had some other success sort of doing it the right way, you go, "Man, that was really stupid. I should have
Yeah,
should
definitely.
never done that."
Never should have done that. Yeah.
So what's
I
happened?
must say though,
Yeah.
on some note, you do get some group owners that are just simply a little bit pig-headed because they own the group, and it's not anything you've done wrong. It's just sometimes they think like, well, this is my group, I'm the owner, and I don't like what you said, you're out.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I've had that happen as well, and I was truly helping someone
Right.
in the group and answering the questions, and I think it was because I knew what the target question was, and I was answering it, and I think I knew a little bit more information than the owner of the group, and I think he got a little bit peed off with me because I was answering it better than him.
Yeah.
And it was seconds he booted me out after the conversation had ended.
Yeah.
And you know,
For sure.
some are just like that.
Well, and I think that is kind of goes to the first point, right? Is that we're not the moderator, and if whoever
Definitely.
whoever is the moderator or the owner of the group has an ego, and they feel threatened by who you are and what you do, tomorrow you may come to Facebook and realize not only can't you read the posts, but you can't rejoin the group.
You can't access it or nothing. Yeah,
You
they
can't
blocked you and
can't
everything.
see it on Facebook. I mean, it's just gone. And
It's gone, disappeared.
And
yeah.
all of your posts from before.
It's quite shocking sometimes as well, because you go back to look at your post and you think, "Oh, what have I done?"
Yeah, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's it.
So
That's one you learn as well.
yeah, so it's they are dangerous. The other thing the reason that I really don't like Facebook is that I don't own the platform. It's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, one day Facebook will allow you to do certain things in groups and attract people to your groups and post certain things, and then one day they won't because they've decided to change their algorithm. They've decided to change how they are generating traffic to your group, and pretty soon, you're paying for ads now for your own group and all this other stuff. It's just stupid. But
And expensive.
yeah, absolutely. But if you could figure out how to take advantage of 10 million groups, understand the value of those groups, not just to generate leads, and I mean, that's kind of why what we're talking about today, but not to just generate leads, but to do the research for your own marketing, to really connect with your potential customers in a way that's really unique. And in fact, if you go back and you read books like Lean Startup and Business Model Generation, you're going to hear different authors even say, as you're creating a product or you're creating a business, go out and talk to 100 people that are your customer and ask them questions about your product or service. That kind of research is really hard to do, certainly hard to do in COVID, remote, and all this other stuff. But inside a Facebook group, you could get all that stuff done. You could ask all
you
those
can
questions.
create polls and all sorts of stuff like that, can't you?
Absolutely.
To research the market to see if you've actually got a market, and
yeah,
the people that are answering are actually your target market as well.
Absolutely.
Because they're coming on for them types of questions, so they are your audience,
Yeah. So if you could, I mean, think about this then. What happens if you can legally steal group members without being banned, without having to beg moderators for posting stuff, and without having to pay the owner to post? right? Because that's one of the other things that owners do is they request that you pay them, and then you can post advertisements, right? So rather than
Yeah.
doing any of that, what are the kinds of things that you could what's sort of the upside of being able to siphon people right off of relevant Facebook groups? You get look, you get to know your market. We already talked about that. Your target market gets to love you, right? We buy things from people that we know and we trust.
Yeah.
And
That's the only way, mate.
yeah,
You've got to build that love and that trust.
absolutely. And then ultimately, so if you can siphon these leads out, now all of a sudden you have a pool of potential customers. You still have to convert them into customers, but you have
Yeah,
a
of course you do.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a list of potential customers, and they already they're in a group of people that know you, they like you, they trust you, and you're there to help solve their problem. So a lot of the salesmanship and a lot of the hard pressure sale, it's all done. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's kind of done because you've done the hard part,
Yep.
sorting them out
Yep.
and into your group, say, or your list, or and then you can be more helpful. The more helpful you are, the more value you show
Yep.
in your generics of marketing.
Yep.
If you're helping people first, when it comes to the sell, it becomes easy
Yeah.
because you've
Absolutely.
already helped them.
Yeah. So let me ask, this whole thing kind of came up because you are you're selling a membership,
Yes.
and you and I have different sources of traffic, and in it, I was sharing a little bit about how I get traffic to my offers, and you were like, but hey, look, I would love to figure out where more traffic sources are, but you were already connected in some groups. How did you pick the groups that you're in? What was it that you were doing?
Starting off, the groups that I was particularly targeting were for the book marketers.
Okay.
It's people that are doing. Excuse me a minute. I'm just going to grab some coffee, mate.
But to stay fueled up.
Oh, it's about to cough me guts up again.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So when you're targeting the groups, obviously, I'm involved in a few groups because it's for the market I'm doing on the books. So I'm involved in a few different groups, and these people want information of how to do books, how to do keywords, how to find niches, how to do book covers, how to make interiors. And it's all that sort of stuff. The people, when they go into these groups and they're asking questions, I will personally go in when I see the questions pop up. I'll go in and answer the ones that I can, and just be helpful. Now, the trick is, this is the one little bit, the people that engage with you after you've answered 2 or 3 questions, had a little conversation with them, add them as a friend.
Yep.
Because you've engaged with them, you've helped them, they know who you are now.
Yeah.
Then you can add them as a friend, send them a little message. I connected with you on such and such group the other day. Would like to become friends and connect some more. Maybe I can help you a little bit more, or I can do something for you, or you can do something for me. And that's how you just connect with them, add them as friends, and then you can siphon them into your own groups or offer them for your list, or for your offers.
Yeah, and it's super interesting, right? So you're using Facebook very similarly to the way I'm using LinkedIn. And
Yes. Yeah.
and sort of this is to my original question was, why am I on LinkedIn and why are you on Facebook?
Identified your target market.
That's right.
Basically,
That's
mate,
right.
that's it.
That's where
You're gone to the
that's
place where your market,
yeah.
your audience is hanging out,
But the critical piece there is that you have to know who they are, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if I'm looking for my target market in a Facebook group that's associated to booksellers and on sort of digital entrepreneurs or info marketers, I'm going to be lost because I'm not going to be able to
yeah. You're
connect
not
with
going
them.
to get them. You're not going to connect because it's not your audience.
Right.
Yours for the product manager and stuff like you do.
Yeah.
It won't connect with them people.
Not at all.
And I think that's where I struggled for many, many years, Brad, of not actually understanding that.
Yeah.
Because I used to belong to a lot of make money groups,
Sure.
internet marketing groups, entrepreneurial groups, things like that. And I would go in there and I would just post my blog posts or a social media post and say, look, come and have a look at this, join my list and do this and do that. And
Yeah.
you know where it used to get me? Back at square one where I started.
Well, or it would get you banned, right?
Or banned,
you
yeah,
know, because
booted out,
you're spamming the group, you're sending people to all
Yeah,
kinds of different
exactly.
places or whatever, right?
Now, if it's your own group, you can
For sure.
post your offers and your links because you own it,
Right.
and you're helping people by giving them lead magnets and gifts and things like that. You know?
Yeah. So one of the tricks in being able to do this is to really understand the pain points of your customer, right? If your customer is trying to figure out how to publish books, then go to groups that are helping people publish books. If your target market is someone who is trying to lose weight and has kids, maybe you can find a group that's single moms in a weight loss program. Or it's if for instance, there one of my customers has a target market that is Christian artists. And if you go and if you go online and you could do a Facebook search and find, Christian business owners or Christian artists or Christian painters or Christian sculptors. And all of a sudden now the stuff they're talking about is much more relevant and real.
It's targeted to what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and
exactly.
And
that's your target.
And what's interesting about what you chose to do, and I love what you chose to do. You chose to provide people an offer they couldn't refuse, right? So if you're chatting with them and you said, "Hey, look, here's the biggest challenge you've got. I get it. You're trying to develop a book, a low content book, for instance, and you're trying to figure out, well, what am I going to call my book? Where am I going to publish my book? And oh my gosh, I'm just so lost. And you say, hey, look, how about I give you something that's going to sort of give you the keys to the kingdom? And they say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Now, all of a sudden,
definitely.
they have crawled through broken glass to get it because it's so good, right? And
yeah, but there was a little trick there as well, Brad.
Oh, what's
before you fly off? The trick is you give them that gift without an opt-in.
Well, I know that's what's so cool about it, and this is where
because that's where people get banned for providing an opt-in. But if you do it in this ethical way, which it's legal, it's fine because you're helping the group, you're helping the members, and they love you for it because it's something that they needed, and they can use to further grow, for growth,
Yeah, and so when you're talking about it, you're exactly right. I think that's what the part is that's brilliant, is that you're giving away something that's so good that they just can't say no to, but packaged inside that is, hey, look, I know I helped you, and that's cool. If you need more help, go and do this. And some of the things that we can do to create these irresistible offers inside Facebook groups that really are very, very helpful are lists. Anytime you can provide someone a list, they don't have to do the research on their own. They can click links and go to different resources online. It could be a list that is a step-by-step process or like a roadmap for someone. It gives them a path and it gives them real handles to hold on to as they kind of walk through their own journey. Videos demonstrating how to do something, you know, with some of the software tools that we have, support sucks. And
Yeah.
and there are some times when your support is just better because you've been there, you're where they are, right? You've sort of struggled like the rest of the customers that are in the group.
Yeah, you've been through it
And
first, so
it could
know.
yeah, it could be like, hey, look, I know that this is what you're trying to do. Here's a quick video to show you how to do that. And everyone's like, oh, that's awesome. You know, I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah.
Well, if your offer is related to that kind of help, then it could be, look, that video, I got 100 more just like that. And I'm happy for you to sign up and get 100 more. You don't have to. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't. But here's the one
That's it.
that I was able to give you. So
And the
videos.
thing is there,
Yeah.
Brad, the little point I want to make there is, like you say, where you give them that free gift and then you double it in the back end and you're giving them away that second gift, you're not forcing it down their throat either.
No.
They make the conscious choice to join your list.
Right.
And it's an easier way to siphon them without stuffing it down their throat, stuffing it in their face and saying, join my list, get my stuff, buy this stuff, you know.
Right.
You're doing it ethically, and, you know, it's up to them if they want it or not, because you just provided something for free. Then you say, look, here's something else for free if you choose to take it.
Right. And
you know, I'm not saying, like, take it now, I'm going to come around with a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's like, take it at your leisure.
Right.
You know, you've got this free gift. This is going to help you anyway, and take it with my gratitude. And here's another one.
Yeah, that's right. And
in so many words, you know.
Yeah, and it's like this, aha, now I understand direct response marketing, right? So if you
And that is what I said to you the other day when I stumbled upon it and went,
oh,
I stumbled on something. Wow.
Well, and when you stumbled on it, the irony here is that we were talking about how to create this sort of ultimate customer conversion and how to use these kind of tips and tricks in the low content, no content book marketing, right? To legally siphon customers away from Amazon. And all of a sudden,
definitely.
it's not just started to work for you. You started making sales from it, and it was like, oh, now he gets it. And
Ding. It wasn't all.
and I just thought, you know, what a really cool topic to be able to cover, right? So, you know, you really, what you're trying to do is identify your target market, connect with that target market in as sort of a, you know, fishing in a barrel inside a group, providing individuals offers they just can't refuse. And those offers have
that's the biggest point right there, Brad. It's, you've got to give them something that is going to help them straight away, something they can use maybe on the short term, preferably on the long term, something that they can keep using, you know. And it's so good for what they're actually doing in their business, they can't refuse it.
Right.
That is it.
And there are zero strings attached, right?
Yes.
So there's there's no strings attached, but there is another offer, and there will always be another offer. And I think that that's what's the important part in it is that, look, yeah, I'm ethically stealing your customers because I'm offering them something that they can't refuse with no strings attached. I am not here trying to beg them to sign up to my list. I'm not here to drive them to a sales landing squeeze page somewhere.
Yeah, you're not forcing them, you're not selling to them, you're not, you know, you're just helping.
That's right.
You're just naturally helping, mate. That's all it is. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And that's where I think I used to get it wrong, because, like you say, I was posting blog posts which had a link to my list.
Yep.
It had social media posts that was going to my list.
Yep.
And, you know, I mean, out of 100 posts, mate, I might get like 2 or 3 on my list
Right.
from that crap.
Yeah. Well, for
But
sure.
this one, this one just like 8 hours, mate. I had about 30 people join my list, and I
Right.
didn't ask them to join the list. I just put it in there
That's
and
right.
said, "Look, here's another offer on the back end.
Yeah.
Hope it helps." And then boom, it went off just like that.
Yeah, and I think that that's cool. And so some of these sort of irresistible things, I did write some things down before we got here because I wanted to make sure I could
Yeah,
share
you
them.
did say lists and
Right.
bits
So
just now,
yeah,
didn't you?
we have
Videos
some
and
lists,
stuff
we
like
have some
that. Yeah.
videos. You can provide examples. So if you're trying to solve a specific problem, one of the things that I help entrepreneurs with is coming up with cash flow analysis. And what does that really mean? How do you predict the amount of
Oh,
money?
that's amazing. That's amazing what you do there, Brad. I mean, I'm not one for that sort of numbers game, but when you showed me that, well, that's coming soon as well, guys. We're going to do that live for a few people as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to point that out, Brad.
So I mean, and then maybe that's one of the examples, right? If you're an entrepreneur, how do you know where to put your time and money, and how can you reasonably predict what cash flow is going to be like, how much you can spend on advertising, where your employees can start to join the team, how do you start building things out? Well, that is a really valuable bit of information that provides someone an amazing path forward. Well, I don't have to give
Yeah,
everyone a business 101 class, but if I can give them that example and they see how valuable that is, then they would probably like to be part of the list that continues to grow their business, which is great. So,
yeah, nice.
that's
And it's the fact that when you did it for me, Brad, and you broke that down, and it was then like it shows you the guidance of where you've got to go, the goals you've got to get to produce this later on.
right.
And that just astonished me to think, is that all I've got to do? Get 2 here and 2 there and
Yeah.
that there. That mate, I could do that in my sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it. That was amazing when you did that. It sort of gave me a mindset of where I'm heading.
Yeah. Well, and we'll do more of that stuff. I think that
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
there are a few sort of tips and tricks along the way that I've learned to be able to focus. There are ways that you can develop your avatar and understand who your
Yes.
market is. And I'm pretty good at that, and I have a series of tools for that. There are ways for you to figure out what they call a value proposition is, or when you're talking to your customer, what you have to offer them so that they go, "Oh, you're here to help me solve these big problems." That's great. And it helps you focus what you're selling, whether it's products or services. So anyway, we can talk about
Yeah.
more of that stuff later. But after you get people on the list, then there has to be something that there's a plan. And I think that that's one of the other things that you did well in succeeding in this last adventure was you're now getting people on your list, and in getting people on your list, you are then starting to give them related offers, and in giving them related offers, you're creating customers, you're creating income, and
Yes.
and that income is coming off of stuff that's helpful for people. You're not there
Yeah.
trying to,
Yeah. I haven't, like
scam
you say,
people
I
out
haven't
of
tried
money.
to
You're
sell
just,
them. I'm
just here to help.
it literally it's like an automation process. You helped them here, and it's helped me in the back end.
Yeah. And
Nice and simple.
and one of the things that's super simple with that is that it does protect, when you do it this way, it protects your price point. Because what happens is, you get people who come on your list, they understand the value you're providing, and when they understand the value you're providing, they're willing to pay for more. So as they pay for
The
more,
extras.
yeah, they do. They pay for more, and it protects your price point, so you don't feel like you have to constantly run to the bottom and undercut
Yeah.
everybody else on price. It's just it's not fair to your customer, because by the time,
You're losing the value on what you're doing, Brad.
well, not only,
And I've never understood that until a couple of weeks ago, because when I struggled in marketing, I've had about 4 membership sites, and the first 3 membership sites didn't go well. Let me just say that, no more on that subject. But, you know, I tried to do it, and I've pushed it out there, and I'm trying to sell, and I've lowered the price, and I've put it on trials, and I did this, and I did that.
Yep.
I've upped the price, I've lowered the price. Where did it get me? Same place I was in the beginning, mate. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you're not, you know, you're doing that, but you're lowering your value as a trainer, a coach, or, you know, for whatever it is you're trying to sell, you're lowering the value. And once you do that, people see, you know, if you offer something at £70 and then suddenly you don't get no sales, you think, oh, well, I'll drop that to 20 quid, do a quick sale, and people buy it. Loads of people come in and buy it.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
Because they see it as scammy, or they don't see the value in it.
Yeah.
That you're blasting it out there. You're just trying to make a quick sale, and it comes across in your marketing.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't want to do.
For sure. So, and if you don't get enough money, you're not in business anyway. So from a customer's perspective, free is dangerous. There are some things that, you know, look, I'm going to give you a tool. I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to give you, you know, sort of the how-to step-by-step and that kind of thing. I think we all understand that's not going to break the bank. And if you're giving it away, you know, it's not the end of the world. But if you're giving away the time and energy to create training programs, the time and energy to walk people through stuff, the service industry at $0 is horrible, and because it doesn't work. Software at $0 doesn't work, because then they can't maintain it. So there are all kinds of different reasons why you have to recognize that you're getting value as a person selling stuff. You have to justify the value. You have to show folks, you know, hey, look, don't let me tell you, let me show you, and it will work. So, look, it's pretty simple. Those are the things you got to do. You got to go and identify your target market. You have to identify where your target market is on social media, whether it be Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or anything else. You got to be able to offer that target market something so good that they can't refuse. You have to be able to give away
with no opt-in.
with no opt-in, right? With no strings attached. And then you have to then give them a relevant offer inside there that they might choose to take and might not. There's no pressure to it. It's just, hey, look, here you go. If you want more, this is how you get more. And then you plug those folks into this sort of customer conversion machine to just keep providing them relevant offers. And all of a sudden you have a system that works, and you don't have to stress, because you're focused on solving very specific problems. You used sort of the bait of them, you know, raising their hand to say, yes, I'm interested. And now you've pre-screened them. They can come in.
Right there, Brad.
Yeah.
Where you just said you give them that bait.
Yep.
In the back end, in your emails on your list, keep giving them that bait.
Yeah.
Keep giving them more of what you gave them the first time round.
Yeah.
Because then you're showing value.
Yeah.
You're giving away what they came in for in the first place. You're giving it more. You're giving away more value. And then they like you and they trust you, because they know when you do have an offer to make a sale, like to sell them something, they know that the value in that is going to be 10 times what it was on the free, because you've kept providing it, you've kept showing them how to do it and giving them the how, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where that builds that relationship, and then you can promote things without pushing it down people's throat. Yeah. And they do buy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And speaking of
it's
which,
not a hard process. Sorry, mate.
No, it's all right.
It's not a hard process. It just takes a little bit of thinking of how you work that out and getting it right.
Right.
And like I've said in the past, I struggled for years trying to do marketing, especially email marketing. I struggle, as you know, Brad. I'm not the greatest writer, and I've tried and I've tried and I've tried to do emails, and the way I'm doing it now is I'm not pushing things down people's throat.
Yeah.
I'm saying, look, here's something that will help you, and here's an offer that will 10 times that, and this is the price. But I'm not pushing it down their throat. I'm not saying like here's an email, buy this crap.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look, there it is. If you want it, you can take it.
Yeah.
And it works.
Oh yeah, no, it works great. And so here's the deal. We have already talked about kind of where we're headed now, and in all transparency, we have given you all the steps necessary to legally siphon leads off of Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other place that you can find groups. You could even do this in face-to-face groups at meetups. You could do it. You could do it at the dinner, like the group dinner tables and all this other stuff. Hey, look, it sounds like you need help with X. Here this is, and there's an offer attached to it, right? So this doesn't have to be online. It can be offline. It can be
No, you could
everywhere.
do this anywhere and everywhere, really. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so what I thought we would do is try to help you guys do this. And you don't have to take us up on it. It's no big deal. But if you do take us up on it, what I did in trying to understand a little bit of where Simon had struggled, knowing where other entrepreneurs have struggled, I put together a package. And that package, while I don't have a screenshot for you right now, I have a list of things that I'm putting in the package. It will be ready for you sometime next week. And there's actually even a special coupon code. What you guys don't know is maybe I'll cover the coupon code first. What you don't know is that all week I have been fighting a family health emergency. My uncle went into the hospital in ICU on Sunday of this week, and I have been at his bedside every day. Today is Friday. We think he's coming home today. So to be able to help celebrate that, we're going to do a 20% offer, 20% offer code until he sees his primary care physician, right? So this is like a celebrate him coming home, but it's short-lived. It's between now coming home and getting to his regular doc so that we can kind of, start the next phase in the direction he's going. So in the package is a roadmap, right? It's a graphic that shows step by step what you need to do to legally siphon folks from Facebook groups. There is going to be a prepackaged list of the most active Facebook groups available. The list is currently at around 500. I'm trying to get it to about 3,000. So my hope is that.
But how many people would you say are in them groups, Brad? There's got to be over 100,000 people in them groups. Isn't there?
Oh, I'll bet it's probably closer to 1 million. What I'll do is I'll provide the name of the group, why I thought it was interesting, and the number of people in the group, and a link to the group. And so here's one of the reasons.
Could you put in? Sorry to interrupt, Brad.
Yeah.
Could you put in what market that group is to target as well?
Yes.
Like what
so
sort of offers you could target?
Yeah,
for them groups?
that's the why. That's in the column that says why I think it's important. So what you're gonna find, gonna find when I work on avatars, I work on pain points. I don't work on groups that are explicit to, I use this software or I use that software. I mean, some of that stuff is good because it helps identify where those people are. But if we can find a group that has a common emotional pain, now all of a sudden, if there's a Facebook,
you can provide the solution, can't you?
Yeah, if there's for instance, if there's a Facebook group out there, I don't even know, maybe there is, small businesses surviving COVID, right? That's a problem, and that's a very specific problem that you can help with. So those are the kinds of groups that I think are super valuable. It's not, people who like Corvettes. I mean, unless you're selling Corvette parts, then
then that'd be your
that's a
target.
great
Yeah,
that's a great
that's it.
group.
Yeah.
But so what I'll try to do is I will try to, of all of these groups, identify why I picked them. And if you have these specific pain points that you're trying to address, you could jump into those groups and start to hear how people are talking. Okay. So we're going to give you a roadmap. We're going to give you this sort of ultra pre-screened list of Facebook folks. We're going to give you a step-by-step how-to on each one of these, right? So if you look at the roadmap, it will, I think it's like 5 or 6 steps. And in the 5 or 6 steps, this is exactly what to do in written form and in video form. And we're going to cover things like how to develop your avatar and making sure that you have the right target market, finding the right groups and kind of using the techniques I was using and why I was doing what I was doing and how to best search Facebook and jump into those groups, how to develop an irresistible offer that won't get you banned from the group, how to package it up, right? So there's some of the secret sauce right there.
It's
There's
so simple.
it's simple. It's simple. And when you figure it
Yeah.
out, you're going to go, are you
Ooh.
kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? So
Just like
right. So we're gonna show you how to develop that irresistible offer so you won't get banned. We're gonna show you how to distribute that offer so you won't get banned. We're gonna show you how to construct the offer with the right stuff that will magnetically attract your best prospects. So it's, what does it really look like on the back end for them to say, yeah, I want more of this. How do you do that? What does that really look like? And then we're going to give you the blueprint for a customer conversion machine, the step-by-step process that you would go through in order to add people to your list, convert them from prospects to leads, from leads to customers, and then continue to offer them one thing after another after another. So, and that's all written in video form. I'm also going to do a fast start workshop, which will be a live broadcast, which we walk through the entire process, and I highlight for you the top 3 or 4 things I think you need to do this week so that you can get this thing off the ground, start adding people to your list like right now. And then, of course, you get, really good customer service. I am customer focused, and I want everyone who picks this up to be able to feel like they have been treated fairly, and that it's working and it should be working. And if it's not working, I want to be able to jump in and help so that you one, you're not banned, and 2, you're stacking your list. So the guarantee in here too is that if you can't siphon leads from other people's group in the first 30 days, or you get banned from a group using the process that we lay out for you, you get a full refund. No questions asked. And all of that for only $79. And so let me pop here up on the screen a link for you. And I will share my screen. So if you go to jot.walldrop.link/hijinks, right? Because this is what I'm calling the Facebook group hijinks. And you use the offer code Len Goes Home, you get 20% off. So it's today it's $79, but it's with 75 or 20% off. So let me go there for you all just so you can see what you're going to be able to see. It is jot.walldrop.link hijinks. If I can spell. And what you'll see on your screen is the offer. And so what we're giving you is the Facebook group hijinks roadmap, direct access to the most relevant customer lists on the planet with our pre-screened group list. Fast and easy lessons give you the secret formula to magnetically attract your best customers, and amazing success focused support. And really, here's the guarantee. It's all in here. And then if you enter Len goes home, you will see if you apply that, that gives you a 20% discount. That discount is only good until he sees a primary care physician, probably sometime next week. So I hope that that works for you guys. If for some reason you you have questions about it, hit me up on this chat, or you can even send me an email if you choose. You can send me an email to bradley@waldropcommunications.com. I'll put it in here, and you can see it. Bradley@waldropcommunications.com, or you can call me. In the States, 916-0314. No, geez Louise.
Don't forget your number.
314-0413. There we go. So you can call that number too. Either way, all right. So call me, email me if you have questions. Again,
Nice.
there's the offer code, and you're good to go. So with all of that, what kinds of crazy questions do you have, Simon? Anything?
No, I think that's covered majority of it, mate.
Okay.
I think we should also put some videos in the membership on my side to show exactly what I did.
Oh, I think that's a
for
great idea.
Siphoning,
Yeah.
siphoning the list. I'll show exactly, I'll show them everything of what I did. Obviously, I won't share the groups because they're, they're private groups. But I can show you exactly the posts and the offers and everything. I'll put that in the pro membership.
Nice.
I'll do it on video and that. So yeah, there'll be extra stuff to put in there as well. So yeah.
Cool. All right.
No worries.
Well, I think
that wraps it up.
I think it does. Yeah. So I have no idea what we're doing next week, but we'll do what we can to pre-schedule this. We're gonna work out some of the bugs that we've had today. We have some technical glitches. We get that. We're gonna work those out for next week. And
yeah, we're gonna try and get them going about an hour before the lives, guys, so we can get the link sent out so you know exactly where to go and when we're coming on. So most of it's going to be around about 2 p.m. British Standard Time, because I'm a bit of a lazy git. I don't get up till the afternoons.
Well, wait. No, that's not really true. It's 6 a.m. on the Pacific Coast in the U.S., and that's just really early to be on a live cast. But it is good for a Friday morning. So with that, take care, you guys, and we'll catch you on the next show.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.